Do you believe that this was a failure of vetting, or do you believe this is someone who just became radicalized or became mentally disturbed here in the United States?
Well, this is very difficult because, I mean, this is classic terrorism. I mean, this is where, an individual, who tries to break the heart of a nation, who doesn't enact a murderous act right before Thanksgiving. I think what Samantha is missing in all of this is that, we didn't go to Afghanistan to bring Afghanis here. We went to Afghanistan to kill Osama bin Laden, to dismantle and destroy al-Qaeda, to avenge 9/11, to dismantle and to overthrow the Taliban, and to ensure that Afghanistan was no longer a safe haven for terrorism. What occurred is that the Biden administration allowed Afghanistan to fall and fled, and in doing so then found itself in a situation where those who had been aiding us were then at risk, and in doing so made the decision.
You don't think they would have been at risk either way?
No, their intention was that they would be still there, that Afghanistan would no longer be a safe haven for terrorists, that it would not be a return to the Taliban, and there would not be a need for those people to be evacuated. You wouldn't see American planes on the tarmac, as you showed, with people running to try to get on them. By the way, those planes wouldn't be being chased by people if they were on their way to China or Russia. They were on their way to America, and those people were fleeing what the Biden administration was allowing to unfold, which is that it would once again be a nation that would be at risk to us. And so, that's how you get to the situation where those individuals are at risk. Now, obviously, the vetting was flawed. By your own report, you showed that individuals who were on our known terrorist watch list made it into this country through that process. So obviously, the vetting process.
Then they were
identified. But they made it
in.
They made it in, right? They made it into this country. So obviously, the process was flawed, and it was also a process that should have been unnecessary if there hadn't been this hasty, fall of Afghanistan, which the Biden administration had promised us all that they were not going to run for the exits. And they not only ran for the exits, they did so at night. Congress was, after hearing, raised the issues of the manner in which the Biden administration fled and what the consequences would be. And we're all living with those consequences. Now, the investigation's underway.
Weren't their hands tied in part by the fact that Trump had cut a deal with the Taliban, promising to leave by a certain date?
No, their hands were not tied. The manner in which they did so, and Congress did a number of investigations and a number of hearings and filed a number of reports that showed that it was the actions of the Biden administration, the manner in which they completely withdrew. But that investigation's underway. It's going to be underway as to this individual, and I think we all need to wait for that investigation to be concluded.